Welcome, grade 7 students.
We are now on the 4th week of the first term for the school year 2020-2021.
This video is all about literature during the pre-colonial period in the Philippines.
This is the work plan for this session. First, we are going to have a recall on the early times in the Philippines. Then, we are going to have a review on the definition of literature. Afterwards, we shall focus on the pre-colonial period in the Philippines. Lastly, we shall discuss the different literary genres under the pre-colonial period in the Philippines.
Our learning target for the day is, I can identify and describe the different types of literature in the pre-colonial period.
Have you ever wondered how our ancestors explained the following natural phenomena back in time when science was not yet studied and the internet was not yet discovered?
Have you ever wondered why the skies are up high?
How about why the makahiya plant glows when being touched?
Or what may be the reason when it is raining heavily in a sunny day?
Our ancestors had different explanations of these natural phenomena, even before Spaniards invaded our country. Filipinos already have a firm and unique way of expressing themselves through words and text.
Philippine history is rich with fascinating stories. It presents the lives and belief systems of our ancestors that are reflected on their arts and literature.
But what is literature?
Literature is any writings in prose or verse, especially writings having excellence of form or expression. Broadly speaking, literature is an art form that aims at producing beauty in writing and pleasure in the reader.
Now, how did Philippine literature start?
During these times, our ancestors did not have any pen and paper, nor any gadgets to be able to write their thoughts. So how did we manage to have our own literature then?
It's through oral tradition. Most of the literary works during the pre-colonial period were passed down by word of mouth or oral language. This explains the different translations or versions of the literary works that we read now.
Aside from oral tradition, our ancestors were able to make use of a writing system to pen down some works of literature.
They made use of the baybayin. It is a writing system that our ancestors used before Spanish colonization. Moreover, it is derived from a Javanese or Indonesian script called kavi.
The Philippine pre-colonial period. Pre means before, colonial means being under a colony or under a political control of another state. In this case,
the Philippine pre-colonial period is from the early times up to 1521. It happened before the Philippines was conquered by the Spaniards.
Being creative as we are now, our ancestors were able to establish and let flourish different literary genres during the pre-colonial period.
These are riddles, proverbs, tanagas, folktales, folk songs, and epics. Let's discuss them one by one.
A riddle is a question, a puzzle, a phrase, or a statement devised to get unexpected or clever answers. Since we are discussing Philippine pre-colonial literature, we will have Filipino and English translations of the example. First example, Heto na si Kaka, bubuka-bukaka. In English, it is translated, Here comes Kaka, walking with an open leg. The clever answer to this statement is frog, because frogs walk with their legs open.
Let's have another example. Isang balong malalim, punong-puno ng patalim. In English, it is translated, a deep well that is full of cheeses. The unexpected answer to this statement is mouth. Our mouths are like deep well that are full of cheeses, which is our teeth.
Another literary genre under the pre-colonial period is proverbs. Proverbs are short statements that teach good conduct and lessons. In Filipino, it is called as salawikain. Let's take a look at this example. Its original version is, matibay ang walis, palibhasa'y magkabigkis. Its English translation is, a broom is sturdy because its strands are tightly bound. Since Proverbs teach good lessons to its readers, the lesson that this proverb would want to convey is that people are stronger when they are together, or there is strength in unity.
Another example of salawikain is, hanggat makitid ang kumot, matutong mamaluktot. In English, it is written, while the blanket is short, learn how to bend. This proverb teaches us to learn how to adapt our environment and be satisfied with what we have. If you have less in life, learn to be frugal until you come to the point when you can spare some money for a little bit of luxury.
Moving on to another literary genre under the pre-colonial period, Tanaga. A Tanaga is a short poem of 4 lines with 7 to 8 syllables.
Let's take a look at this example. Ang katwiran may nabaon ng sanda-sandaang taon. Pag dumating ang panahon, lilitaw din at uusbong.
The first line contains 8 syllables. Nang sanda-sandaang taon is 8 syllables again. Pag dumating ang panahon contains 8 syllables. Lilitaw din at uusbong is still 8 syllables.
When it is translated in English, there may be changes in syllable or line counts. For example, when we translate this Tanaga to English, it says,
Truth, though buried hundreds of years, in due time it will come out and flourish.
The first line, truth, though buried hundreds of years, contains 8 syllables. In due time it will come out and flourish contains 10 syllables.
Let's have another example. Mataas man ang bundok, mantay man sa bacoor, iyamang mapagtaluktok sa pantay rin aanon.
The first and second lines contain 7 syllables. The third line contains 8 syllables, and the last line contains 7 syllables.
When this is translated in the English language, the syllable count changes. Though the hill be high and reach up to the highland, being desirous of heights will finally be reduced or flattened.
The first line contains 5 syllables, the second and third lines contain 7 syllables, and the last line contains 10 syllables.
Let's move on to another literary genre, folktales, are inspiring stories of human travails and triumphs depicting all kinds of emotion, to entertain and to teach morals. These are the usual bedtime stories that you had when you were younger.
An example of a folktale is Ang Pagong at ang Matching by Dr. Jose P. Rizal, or The Story of the Turtle and the Monkey. This story is about how the monkey cheated the turtle to get food, but the turtle found a way to teach the monkey a lesson.
Another example of a folktale is the story of the Legend of Pina. This is a story about Pina, an adorable yet lazy girl. When her mother asked her to cook, she could not find the ladle. So, her mother hoped that she would have 100 eyes so that she could find everything.
The next literary genre is folk songs. These are poetic in nature that illustrates historical and cultural background of a certain group.
A famous example of a folk song is Leron Leron Sinta. Forgive us as we are not singers, so we'll just have spoken word poetry of these songs. Its original version is Leron Leron Sinta, buko ng papaya, dala-dalay buslo, sisidlan ng sinta. Pagdating sa duloy, nabali ang sanga, kapos kapalaran, humanap ng iba.
Its English version is Leron Leron my love, papaya sprouts above. Take up a basket, oh, to hold the fruit, my love. Upon reaching the top, oh, the branch broke. What bad luck, I'll find someone else.
Another famous Filipino folk song is Paru-Parong Bukid.
The original version reads, Paru-parong bukid, nalilipad-lipad, sa tabi ng daan, papaga-pagaspas. Isang bara ang tapis, isang dangkal ang manggas. Ang sayang di kola, isang pyesa ang sayad.
When translated in English, it reads, I just saw a butterfly, fleeting and floating by, waiting by the main trail, fluttering in the air. Sari wrapped around her, sleeves as wide as my palm, skirts a trifle oversized, ends dragging on the ground.
The last literary genre is epic. An epic is a long, poetic form that speak about the valor and bravery of heroes' admirable traits embodying their adventures.
The most famous epic is the Ilocano epic Biyag ni Lamang. Namongan gives birth to a baby with incredible strength and courage named Lamang. His heroism is professed in several adventures: vengeance for his father, a fight against a crocodile, a fight against a man who belittled him but was killed by a giant fish. He was then resurrected after a diver recovered his bones.
We have already discussed all the literary genres under the pre-colonial period.
You may rewatch this video for further understanding of the topic.
Should you have any questions, please feel free to message us through our learning management system.
Thanks for watching. God bless you.